Hey loving soul, have you recently broken up with someone and have that ache that hits you in the chest and is literally like a physical pain? You might find yourself missing them so hard that it hurts. I've been there too, and I found myself daydreaming about what they are doing without me, who they might be with, the future plans I had that aren't going to eventuate with them, ruminating on why we broke up and where it went wrong, and panicking that once again I was at ground zero, single and alone, and wondering what the heck I'm gonna do now. If you are there at the moment, well, I am sending you so much love. I remember that feeling all too well. And listen, although it's a very real pain, it's also fueled by a state of mind. Our mind-body connection is very, very real. It's like, have you ever found it almost impossible to peel yourself out of bed to get to work on a winter's morning when you really don't want to get up? And then another day when you're going on holiday and you've got to be at the airport at 5 a.m. to catch your plane, you literally jump out of bed with a smile. Well, that is the power of mindset. It makes our body move and respond in completely different ways. In this episode, we're going to go on a powerful 5-step journey from literal breakup heartache to connecting with our inner wisdom and innate power to heal ourselves, which will result in a deep sense of calm, peace, and even excited expectation for what's to come. So let's honor this recalibration phase that you're in and give your heart some love-fueled medicine so you can get to feeling high vibe and in that beautiful place where you can feel the well-being flowing through you, because that's the state we're here on this planet in this life to experience, and that's where the creative magic happens that you so deserve. Let's get stuck in. Not sure where to even begin when it comes to finding a healthy, loving partner? Maybe a part of you even thinks it's easier to be single and avoid the anxiety and stress altogether. But there's another part that still dreams of a fulfilling relationship. Well, if you're done with spending your precious time and energy on partners who bring you heartbreak, anxiety, and stress, and you want a way out of the constant wondering why you aren't meeting the right partner, you are in the right place. Hi, I'm Remy, clinical hypnotherapist, EFT facilitator, NLP master practitioner, and your dedicated love upgrade coach. I went from being a codependent, anxious serial dater and marrier of the wrong men to being happily married with the warm, loving family I could only have dreamt of. I'm here to give you the blueprint you've been missing to overturn your blocks and limiting beliefs, connect with your inner wisdom, and understand the nature of our energetic reality, all so you can confidently and safely attract the healthy, loving relationship you've always wanted and truly deserve. It's time to upgrade your subconscious and start some real life magic happening. This is your time to put beautiful you first for a change. So tell the outside world it can wait. Hush those notifications and let's get to it. Okay, so first things first, let's start calling this breakup period, instead of healing or getting over or recovering from a breakup, let's think of it as a recalibration phase, because in truth, that is exactly what it is. The 5 steps I'll be guiding you through today are a really beautiful and profoundly transformational way of processing the somatic outcome of your emotions during this recalibration phase. I think you'll find it very powerful, and honestly, it's quite surprising the difference it can make. It's simple, but incredibly effective. We're going to start by step 1, locating the feeling. And step 2, we're going to then observe the feeling. And step 3 is moving into listening to the feeling. And then step 4 is inviting the feeling to expand. And step 5 is recording all the insights that you've learned from this somatic listening exercise. Now, as humans, we are hardwired to survive. And the way that we are hardwired to survive is to keep us rooted in the familiar. We have built-in fearful ego minds that really are very resistant to change. And right now, in this recalibration phase that you're in, you're going through a massive change. And that's why I like to refer to it as a recalibration phase, because it's the time it's taking your ego to readjust to the change. Your fearful ego is going to come up with all sorts of reasons why it wants to go back to that relationship, back to what it's used to. But you can gently remind it whenever this starts to happen that actually change is good and important, and that you've got far better things waiting for you that you need to make time and space for. Because in all honesty, no matter who finished the relationship or how it ended, on some level, neither of you were having your needs met, and neither of you were in alignment when it comes to this relationship. For whatever reason, you might not be able to see that or accept that right now, but I promise you it's truth. You might have been in love with the potential of what you thought your partner or the relationship could have been, but loving a potential isn't what you really want, is it? What you want and deserve is to love the person they are now, to have a relationship that is the way you want it to look and feel as it is now. It's exhausting and futile to wait for someone to change. We might like to think that we have power over other people's ability to change, but actually we don't. We only have power over ourselves. You might think that your partner was fulfilling a need for love that you were afraid you wouldn't be able to get from anywhere else. But when we remember that love is abundant, which it is, thinking this way is just a thought from your fearful ego once again. It means you're holding on to a belief that love is scarce to come by. And because this is what you believe, you find evidence of it everywhere. Anything that is evidence to the contrary, you either can't see or you dismiss as not possible for you. But trust me, good people are all around you, and so are happy relationships. And if you were scoffing at this and thinking of all the assholes you know, well, guess what? That's true too. But why would you focus on that when it's not what you actually want? Open up your focus to hone in on the love, the kind men, the kind women, the loving, fruitful, wonderful relationships that are all around you. And once you start focusing on them, then you're going to believe more and more that they're possible and abundant. And then you will stop blocking them from coming into your life. Now, the truth is, happy relationships are less dramatic, and so they actually get spoken of less. But I promise you, they are there and they are abundant. There's plenty of them. And when you set your intentions to actively, consciously becoming more aware of this abundant love and happiness around you, you'll actually start to see it more. Setting this intentional kind of focus activates our internal reticular activation systems, it rejigs the filters in our brain to change what we're filtering out. So we have millions and millions of stimuli all around us all the time. What our brains do is amazingly filter out what we don't need to see and retain what we do want to see, so that we can literally just focus on what we actually need to be taking in. Otherwise, we would just spend our lives overwhelmed with everything that's going on around us. So what this does is, if you have an intentional focus, it's the reason actually why setting goals is so important, because when you focus on something and you want to see more of it into your life and you are very intentional about that, our brains literally pick up seeing more of it. And the more evidence we have of happy relationships, the more we will believe that they are possible. So by moving on, we are allowing space for what every part of you really wants. A relationship that truly feels good. And that requires space and time to really look at how you're seeing yourself, how you are feeling about yourself, and assess what beliefs you are holding on to about yourself and what's available generally and what's available to you when it comes to healthy relationships. And the reality of the situation is that Honestly, the breakup or the relationship doesn't mean anything negative about you at all. We put a meaning onto things, and the problem isn't about what happened. The problem comes from the meaning that we are making from these things. We're literally making it mean a problem. If you are jumping to conclusions that the breakup has anything to do with how lovable you are or whether you were even destined for love, the good news is that it doesn't. What it does have to do with is your point of attraction, and that is determined by the way you are seeing yourself and what you believe is possible for you, and also the standards of what you are willing to accept into your life. Now, there's more we can do with the root cause of how you're feeling and a deeper understanding of why you are attracting partners who lead to toxic relationships. But the purpose of this episode is to loosen up the discomfort of the physical sensations you might be experiencing post-breakup and learn from our deep inner wisdom and the intrinsic power we have inside to heal ourselves. So, are you ready to explore your somatic emotional experience that you're having from your breakup? In a moment, we're going to notice how you are holding the heartache sensation in your body. We're going to do it, though, as a witness of it, by stepping back and being the curious observer rather than getting taken over by the feeling. While it's very real, you don't need to get lost in the feeling. This is the power of conscious awareness, and it will demonstrate the loving power of your unconscious and our amazing innate ability as humans to step into this higher observer role and witness what we're thinking. So let's go into this with the frame of mind that this is an interesting, fascinating phenomena that you can learn from. That the physical feeling you're experiencing isn't anything to be alarmed by, but instead it's a valuable learning opportunity and a chance for you to converse with your unconscious wisdom about what it's indicating you need to know. If you are feeling any discomfort in your body or any tension, follow along and just allow everything that you notice. So step 1 is locating the feeling. Close your eyes for a moment and take a breath in for the count of 4. Hold it for 4, and then release your breath by focusing on bringing your belly button towards your spine. Let's do that one more time. Taking a deep breath for the count of 4. Hold it for 4 seconds, and then release your breath by focusing on bringing your belly button right back to your spine. Now ask your body, show me where I'm holding the physical pain from my breakup. Notice the feeling in your body that your unconscious is presenting to you. And step 2 is observing this feeling. We're really going to notice the size and shape of the sensation, whether it has a colour, whether it has movement, which direction it's moving, if it's still or vibrating, if it's hot or cold. Get a sense of the sensation quality in and through the sensation. Dive into it with your witnessing and notice what it's like right through it. Is it like a cloud? Is it like a gel? Is it heavy or light? Is it dark or bright? Maybe it's focused, or maybe it's blurry. Is it sharp or soft? Is it metallic? Is it something else? The sensation quality might even be hard to put into words, and that's okay too. And step 3 is listening to the feeling. Now you're going to place your hands over the main area where the strongest part of the sensation is, and just spend a moment to send some loving energy through your hands to the sensation, to that part of your body that's holding on to the breakup. And just tell it, thank you for working so well for me all these years. I'm sorry if I ignored you, but I'm here now. I'm ready to listen to anything you might have to tell me. And just notice what it tells you with loving interest. It might be a thought, it might be a feeling, it might be a knowing, or you might experience something else. And you might just experience nothing, and that's okay too. Step 4 is we're going to now invite this feeling to expand. Invite it to expand as far as it wants to go. Let that feeling just explode. It might even expand outside of your body, into your field of awareness and into the space beyond. Just allow it and observe what it does with loving curiosity and wonder. You might find part of it or all of it melts and dissolves, or just floats off, or passes and moves on, or changes direction and starts to feel a bit calmer, or it might change colour and it might start to feel like a friend instead of a pain. Just notice how it changes for a moment and anything else that starts to happen. If you want some more time to work on any of these steps, feel free just to pause me and just go back and do that. And then when you're ready, step 5 is to record, to honour yourself and write down everything that occurred to you in that self-session, even if it seems insignificant, abstract or confusing, or you feel you don't even want to or need to. Really honour your inner truth. Show love to your inner experience and wisdom. It's all so relevant and so important. And it's really lovely to have a record of these valuable insights in case you want to look back at them another time. Now remember, the relationship you're recalibrating from is a stepping stone full of rich wisdom about what you want more of and what you no longer want in your life. Is also reflecting back at you what you believe you deserve, what you believe is available, and what you are willing to put up with and what you are willing to receive. All these beliefs are not set in stone. They're just beliefs, which is such good news because you can change your beliefs at any time. It just takes a little courage, self-awareness, and the desire to change for the better. Now, most of you will feel physically lighter and a sense of relief from this exercise. It can be quite profound. But if you were feeling overloaded with emotion and your pain still remains, that's also okay. It just means that you need a little more work done and perhaps a slightly different approach. You're very welcome to send me a voicemail or a message on WhatsApp so we can explore the root of it and work out a way together to shift this feeling so you can step into being the highest and best version of yourself and live the life you truly deserve. Now, if you had a wonderful experience today, please come and share your experience in our Facebook group, which can be found at www.herloveupgrade.com/community. I'll leave all the links for you in the show notes below. I'm so excited for this Facebook community. I've wanted to start it for such a long time, ever since I was recalibrating after my first marriage ended. Back then I felt an internal knowing of the path I needed to take to get to my highest and best life, but it wasn't the general consensus back then. I had demonstrated to myself that the law of attraction was real, and I tried and tested it with success for things in my life I wanted and believed I could have and that I was ready to receive. And I felt a deep connection to the universe and the divine power within me. Initially through angels, but then through the realization that angels are just an extension of my own inner divinity. It doesn't matter what it is that you focus it on, it all works. And I was craving friends and loving support to share and discuss my epiphanies with, but it was really hard to find people who were on the same page and didn't think I was crazy. This group will support you in healing from your past, give you encouragement to peel off the layers of limiting beliefs and auto-programming from childhood that has been holding you back and is no longer serving you, and give you support in your journey to living in alignment with your truth and to harness the nature of reality. It's a place you can celebrate wins and get guidance on living a high vibe life that's in line with your highest and best version of the future you, giving you the confidence to take inspired action that will result in a life spent swimming in joy and love. When you attract new relationships into your life, the community will also be there to support you in navigating them safely with boundaries that serve you, and gently remind you of the mindset that cultivates healthy relationships and helps you to swap codependence for wonderful interdependence, where all healthy relationships begin and flourish. Okay, lovely one. So I hope this brings you closer to the life and love that you so deserve. And if you know somebody else going through a heartache or having trouble getting over their ex, please share this episode with them and spread a little love to them. Sending you lots of love until next time. And sorry if I sound absolutely exhausted. It's because we are in the middle of the summer holidays over in Australia, and I have got a very exuberant 6-year-old daughter and an 8-year-old son. And oh my God, they're beautiful, but do they keep me on my toes? I'm exhausted. So my New Year's resolution is to have plenty of podcast episodes pre-recorded and ready to go rather than wing it like I have been. Anyway, thank you for continuing to listen and for being here. Until next time, take care. Lots of love. Mwah, mwah, mwah. You should be so proud of this courageous, incredible journey you are on, and I'm so happy to be here supporting you to say goodbye to toxic relationships and claim the wonderful life and love you truly deserve. If you have a friend who you think needs to hear today's episode too, why not spread the love and share it with them? Sending you so much love in abundance. Until next time.